Hello everyone, welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Anna went to Valentin's residence to inform him of some news. She commented on the Halloween decorations after he invited her inside. He revealed that he'd gone all out in the spirit of the season because he hadn't celebrated Halloween with Charlotte in a long time. When Anna noted the delicious perfume, he disclosed that Charlotte was in the kitchen, baking, because she had discovered a new rivalry with Jake's younger brother Aiden, who had kindled a competitive fire beneath Charlotte. Meanwhile, Charlotte came to a halt at the doorway when she spotted Anna, but she smiled and cordially embraced her. When Anna inquired about Charlotte's interest in baking, Charlotte revealed that she had been inspired by Jake's delectable dishes at school. Anna realized she'd need candy to hand out when Charlotte mentioned going trick-or-treating with her friends later. Charlotte was ecstatic to find that Anna had taken over Maxie's previous flat. Anna handed Valentin her new apartment key while telling him about the relocation. "I'm so glad you have a place of your own," Charlotte replied. Valentin and Anna both complimented Charlotte's baking after she retrieved a batch of pumpkin bars from the kitchen and handed them to them. Charlotte volunteered to send the batch currently in the oven to Anna as a housewarming gift. The smoke alarm went off a few moments later. Charlotte dashed to the kitchen, but she quickly returned to tell that the oven had caught fire. Valentin and Anna dashed into the kitchen to extinguish the fire. Valentin and Charlotte arrived at Kevin's office later that day for Charlotte's first session. She apologized for starting the fire by using the broiler instead of the oven, but Valentin assured her that it was just a little cooking mishap and that she needed not worry. "It's not like you burned the house down," Valentin stated emphatically. Charlotte looked down and seemed uneasy. Kevin soon opened the door and greeted Charlotte. Kevin and Charlotte sat down after Valentin departed. He inquired whether she was comfortable speaking with him and promised her that their chats would be private. Charlotte wondered if this meant Kevin wouldn't tell her father what they had discussed. Kevin agreed to share his broad conclusions with her father, but the specifics of their meetings would be kept private. Kevin reminded her that they were family, and he was only looking out for Charlotte. Charlotte consented to speak with Kevin, but she assured him that nothing was wrong with her. Valentin's anxieties she blamed on her father's overthinking. When Charlotte mentioned boarding school, Kevin proposed that they begin with her time there. Kevin and Charlotte left his office a short time later, Charlotte telling him about her efforts to prepare pumpkin bars. Valentin was interested in how the session went, so Kevin proposed Valentin and Charlotte meet the next week. Charlotte gladly consented, much to Valentin's relief. Kevin returned to his office after Charlotte and Valentin had departed to take notes. Charlotte, he observed, exhibited maturity above her years and was both intelligent and evasive. Charlotte had already perfected the art of camouflage, according to Kevin, by presenting only what she thought people wanted to see and hear. He said Valentin and Charlotte's connection was almost symbiotic, and Charlotte was as protective of her father as Valentin was of her. Valentin and Charlotte, meanwhile, returned home. Charlotte observed that the home still smelled like it had been on fire, but Valentin told her that he would air it out before her guests arrived. After Valentin left the room, Charlotte remembered Victor's letter telling her that Anna was not who she appeared to be and that she should not trust Anna. Charlotte slipped into her jeans pocket and pulled out Anna's apartment key. Scott tried to persuade Robert to dismiss the charges against Scott's client in Robert's office, but Robert refused because Robert had video evidence of the client's guilt. Robert recommended Scott to inform his client to stop using intimidation techniques, but Scott insisted on seeing the damaging video. Diane had overheard the heated debate while spying through the door, so she entered the office and advised Scott to take a tactical exit. Well, Lady Justice herself coming to Crocodile Dundee's aid. "That's a first," Scott grumbled. Diane reminded out that Scott had presented his case, which Robert had rejected. Scott left, realizing he was outnumbered. Diane inquired as to why Robert had allowed Scott to get under his skin. History, Robert grumbled. He swiftly shifted the conversation and inquired as to why she had come by. Diane disclosed that she had 2 tickets to a fundraiser to which she had contemplated inviting him. Robert easily agreed to attend the animal advocacy benefit and inquired whether he should dress formally. Diane loved his enthusiasm and confirmed that it was a black-tie affair, but she decided to have some fun by contacting him later that evening with the remainder of the details. After Diane had gone, Robert sought up the phone number for a nearby tuxedo rental shop. He contacted Freddie's Formal and inquired about their closing hour. Anna came in when he finished the phone call. She stated that she needed assistance relocating into Maxie's flat. Robert and Anna arrived at the front door a short time later, carrying a large footlocker. Anna confessed after they had laid it down that Robin had been keeping the footlocker for her, but it had been left behind in Robin's storage unit when Robin and Patrick relocated. When Robert questioned what was in the footlocker, she said that it was her personal documentation from her time with the WSB, files and journals, and even draft mission reports, she claimed. Anna added that she believed the contents would provide a clue that would take her to the person who was stalking her. Anna was searching her pockets when Robert noticed her. She kept checking as she admitted to having misplaced her apartment key. Soon after, the building's superintendent unlocked Anna's door and handed her a key, instructing her to return it once she had a duplicate made. Robert and Anna took the footlocker into the flat after the man had left. Robert stood there watching Anna unlock the footlocker, which was stuffed with documents. Anna admitted that the contents were off the grid and that no one was aware of their existence, but Robert questioned how she knew. Ava met Lucy in a nearby cafe. Lucy mentioned that she had some exciting news for Ava, so Ava urged Lucy not to keep her waiting. Lucy grinned as she revealed that she had found a buyer for Spoon Island and Windermere, but Ava needed to move quickly in case the potential buyer changed their mind. Ava was immediately filled with questions, including whether Lucy knew who the buyer was. Lucy was forced to admit that the offer was made by a holding company, but she assured Ava that this was how things were done these days. Ava was unimpressed, and she asked if Lucy had checked into the holding company's financial records to ensure that the buyer could afford the $25 million asking price. Lucy stated that she was verifying everything, but Ava insisted on the buyer pulling the entire asking amount in escrow, or there would be no transaction. Lucy, frustrated, informed Ava that she might lose the transaction because it was common practice to just place a percentage of the selling price in escrow. Ava refused to compromise on the problem because she had the luxury of waiting for a buyer willing to fulfill her demands. If Lucy wanted to collect her substantial fee, she should do as Ava asked. Scott arrived not long after Ava had left. He was curious as to what had been so vital that Lucy had dragged him away from his work. Lucy checked her phone while she moaned about the real estate market, picky sellers, and shady buyers. Scott reminded Lucy that he was not a real estate lawyer, but a trial lawyer. Lucy gave Scott her undivided attention and stated that she needed assistance breaking the arrangement with Tracy. Scott assured Lucy that it couldn't happen, but Lucy insisted that she couldn't bear the prospect of Tracy controlling 51% of Deception and destroying Lucy's creative vision. Lucy felt positive that Scott could find a way around the problem. Scott cautioned Lucy that if she found a method to void the contract, Tracy would renew the lawsuit. Tracy, he said, had the financial upper hand and would be able to ride things out until Deception went bankrupt. Lucy acknowledged she couldn't let it happen because Maxie and Sasha both relied on Deception's success. Lucy advised that she might always return to real estate. Like a rat, exclaimed Scott. Lucy denied deserting a sinking ship, since she would never do such a thing to Maxie and Sasha. Lucy cut a small piece of muffin while Scott and Lucy discussed her alternatives. She smiled unexpectedly as an idea struck her. Lucy indicated that all she needed was a 2% stake in Deception to take over the company. Leo dressed up as Albert Einstein and challenged Lois to difficult math problems at the Quatermain house. Lois and Leo both solved the equations with ease. Eddie strolled in, but turned around and fled when he discovered what Lois and Leo were up to. "Scaredy cat," Lois exclaimed. Lois and Leo decided to shake things up by competing to see who could solve a Sudoku puzzle the fastest. Brooke Lynn later entered the living room and inquired as to whether Lois and Leo were still at it. "Of course," Lois responded. As Brooke Lynn walked out, Lois and Leo glanced at each other and remarked, "It's infinite fun." They burst out laughing. The Sudoku game went on until Eddie reappeared. He inquired whether math class was over, but Lois brushed him off. "Solved it," Leo exclaimed triumphantly. Lois congratulated Leo and handed him the prize money, albeit hesitantly. Lois mentioned Leo's remarkable arithmetic skills after he ran away. When she mentioned how impressive it was to know the length of the Brooklyn Bridge, Eddie had a flashback to Ned and Lois on their wedding day, standing on the Brooklyn Bridge. Shaken by the apparition, Eddie inquired of Lois whether they had married on the famed bridge. Lois said that she and Ned had married in a chapel, but they had then gone to the Brooklyn Bridge. Eddie hurriedly excused himself, stunned. Leo returned and inquired as to where Eddie had gone. Lois admitted that she didn't know. "Double or nothing," Leo remarked, passing Lois a slip of paper containing a new Sudoku puzzle. Lois gladly agreed. When she heard Eddie singing in the kitchen, she requested Leo to stop the timer. Lois assured Leo she'd be right back. Eddie sat in the kitchen with his guitar and a notebook. He began singing while he worked on his song, unaware that Lois had approached. Lois approached him as he paused to scribble something in his notepad and informed him that he still had it. She asked him to complete the song, but he said he was still working on it. Just then, Leo alerted Lois to the fact that the time was still ticking. Lois stated that she needed to return to Leo, but she encouraged Eddie to continue working on the song. When Brooke Lynn saw Tracy in the lobby, she was furious. Tracy remarked cynically that Brooke Lynn should be out looking for a new musical protege. "What's it worth to you?" Brooke Lynn inquired. Tracy informed her granddaughter that everything that transpired under the roof affected her, so Brooke Lynn admitted to stopping by to view Leo's outfit. Tracy was unsurprised to find that Leo had disguised himself as Albert Einstein. Brooke Lynn altered the subject by informing her grandma that Lois had informed her about Tracy's desire to give Brooke Lynn deception. Brooke Lynn, on the other hand, made it apparent that she did not want the company. Tracy was taken aback because Brooke Lynn seemed content at deception. Brooke Lynn admitted that she had been happy until Tracy blackmailed her and ruined her friendships. Tracy remarked that if Brooke Lynn was their boss, Brooke Lynn's pals could have a motive to mend wounds, but Brooke Lynn countered that Tracy clearly knew nothing about friendships. "Maybe not, but I know about family and loyalty and the sacrifices we make to take care of one another," Tracy went on to say. Brooke Lynn admitted that she didn't enjoy working at deception, but Tracy claimed that enthusiasm didn't pay the bills. Brooke Lynn was adamant that money was not everything. "No, but it's far from irrelevant, and you would be foolish to think otherwise," Tracy went on to say. Tracy assured Brooke Lynn that she had not planned to harm her friendships, but she was concerned for her grandchild. Tracy pointed out that Lois had put in a lot of effort in the music industry, but had nothing to show for it. Brooke Lynn defended her mother by recounting all of Lois' achievements. Tracy stated that she desired for Brooke Lynn to have something genuine, stable, and long-lasting. Tracy expected deception to provide all of those things for Brooke Lynn. Accepting the present, Brooke Lynn maintained, would be like admitting her aspirations were a failure, and it would deprive her of her confidence. Tracy said it was the last thing she wanted. She wanted to help Brooke Lynn. Brooke Lynn told Tracy that even when her family gave, they took, but all she wanted was peace and quiet. Tracy agreed to step back. Brooke Lynn was relieved when she told her grandma she had signed a contract with Blaze. Tracy stated that she had heard about Blaze and was convinced that Brooke Lynn would make him famous. Brooke Lynn, surprised, told Tracy that she would do her best. As someone approached the door where a sign proclaimed that Kelly's was closed, the courtyard was decorated for Halloween. Carly was inside, preparing for a party. When she heard the door open with her back to it, she notified the person that they were closed. "Trick or treat," Cyrus announced. Carly tensely turned. Carly asked Cyrus to leave after he appreciated the Halloween decorations. She made it abundantly apparent that he was not welcome at her establishment, but Cyrus was unfazed. Cyrus pretended to be disappointed, recalling previous collaborations with Carly. "What do you want?" demanded Carly. She was taken aback when he revealed that he intended to work as a cook. He assured her of his experience, but Carly firmly refused to hire him. Cyrus pretended to be taken aback by the fact that she would discriminate against ex-felons. "Drew will become one eventually," Cyrus said. Carly stated unequivocally that she would not hire Cyrus since she knew what he was. "You're a monster," she told him. Cyrus assured her that he had turned over a new leaf, but she was skeptical. "You're a predator and you're dangerous, and those spots don't change," she remarked. Cyrus smiled because Carly was still the feisty woman he knew, but he insisted on changing. Drew could corroborate that, he continued, because the old Cyrus would have let Drew die. "But I saved him," Cyrus pointed out. Ava and Avery came shortly after Cyrus left. "Mama Carly," Avery cried as she dashed into Carly's arms. They hugged, and Carly requested Avery to twirl for her so she could see Avery's mermaid costume. Carly inquired on Avery's appearance after she had situated her at a table, decorating a pumpkin biscuit. Ava told Carly that Avery was looking forward to the party and hadn't complained about missing out on trick-or-treating. Carly, pleased, informed that Sunny and Nina will be over later to pick up Avery because Donna and Avery were staying the night at the penthouse. Ava thought that Windermere would have made an excellent venue for the celebration. Carly agreed, and she proposed that if the girls were older, they could have one there. Ava admitted that it wouldn't be possible because she had sold the island and Castle and Lucy had found a buyer. So, what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.